Okay, really quick, I'm going to respond to myself because I don't think I clarified things in a couple of areas. The first one being the crazy freaky animals. The reason that's not a monster in my opinion is because if it's an animal, if it is truly a weird animal, it's running 100% on instinct. It is not fighting itself in any point. It is not fighting a former humanity. It's strictly an animal hunting. And although that can be frightening, there is nothing inherently evil or wrong with an animal hunting, even if it's hunting people. That being said, one thing that I do think kind of rides the line on that one is zombie movies, because there's a whole nother, I'll talk about zombie movies eventually, but there's a whole nother psychology, psychology's the wrong word, but there's a whole nother thing to zombie movies, and that's more of the fear of losing yourself, like completely losing yourself to this zombie-ness. And that's a whole different game. But overall, monsters are human. Monsters have some sort of struggle. Even if they give in 100% to what that monster makes them, there is still some sort of struggle there. Animals don't have to struggle. Animals, if it's a crazy animal chasing people, then it's going to be a story based on how people respond to a disaster, how people respond to being hunted, etc. Because without a struggle, your story's not interesting. So if it's not your antagonist, if it's not your evil, bloodthirsty thing that is having a struggle, then it's your people responding to it with a struggle. So that's the difference there. And I guess the only other thing that I would like to say is, what's his name? Like, there's a lot of pretty boys in that. Was it Robert Pattinson? Or, I don't know. I can't remember what his name is. I don't know. The point is, he has no profile. From the front, he's pretty. From the side, he got a frying pan to the face as a small child. That's whatever. Point is, it kind of weirds me out. And did anybody see him? I think it was at the Academy Awards or the Oscars or whatever. He kept showing up like behind people and glaring at the camera. And I was actually kind of amused by this because I was like, oh, so that's not your character. You just sneak up behind people and glare at cameras. Go you. So if I can think of anything else, I will have a completely zombie related video post at some point, because that's a subject that really creeps me out. Like, zombies scare me for many reasons, and yeah, so that might be interesting.